Yo, 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 live again. Yo, what up, what up? Y'all can hear me? Alright, so we actually had um, NFP today. Forgot a little bit about that, so let me make a little announcement first. We'll make an announcement in our Discord as well, so give me a minute. Alright, ready right now. I'm looking for higher prices on um, NQES Think this is a pretty good draw liquidity. We had like an SMT here on the lows. As you can see, ES did not sweep the low, and it made a bullish SMT here as well, while YM did not sweep the low here and made a lower low here on the previous day low, actually yesterday. So I'm looking for higher prices on mostly on NQ ES. ES is pretty much the strongest asset. I hope low of the day is already put in here on these lows. So we have like a internal, let me put this together. We have like a 4-hour internal to external play, with this being pretty much of an expansion candle higher. So why is this a low of the day? Since this is a valid SMT with YM here, as you can see, YM took, if we zoom in, it took previous 4-hour low. So it's actually a valid SMT, so low of the day should be in here, since all the assets inside the trade are expanding away from it. That made this a valid SMT intraday to trade away from. So we already saw NFP. I forgot about NFP today, by the way. Just saw price pumping and I thought, oh, what the fuck is this? But NFP already started expanding away from it, failing to trade or reverse from intraday highs here on all the assets. As you can see, intraday we are failing to reverse from this, yeah, those highs here. So we are likely to continue higher, and the daily is pretty much supporting this as well, right? We have a big gap on the daily, but that's not quite visible on the 4 hour. So this already can expand since we have our C2 candle, not for NQ and ES, but for YM. This is a C2 candle, but we can trade this as a C2 on ES and Q as well, higher. Do you think 930 will expand higher or you will wait for 10? 930 can already expand higher since we likely put in low of the day already. Then we want to see our drivers, so 830, 930 or later drivers expand away from it. So if you can see some confirmation, like a CSD in a 5 minute, for example, we can actually take a continuation trade, but I'm already on RTY here, clean framework. I'm on, I think around here, since it pumped up immediately here. I'm on this trade, large risk reward, so maybe I'm scaling off earlier, but we have to see with 9:30 first in 10 minutes, right? But this is a very clean framework too for me. So let me remove this. Actually, I will go over the framework here. So yesterday I took already longs on Wednesday, higher to previous day high as a target. Why is this a clean C2 formation? This Tuesday candle closed as a C2, trading this as C3 yesterday. And why am I trading this as a C4, even though yesterday closed like a C2 for bearishness, right? Those closures on a daily means nothing without any clear key levels. So as you can see on the weekly, we actually do have this level where we are reacting from on the daily here, closing inside this range on the weekly, giving us this C2 candle. And yesterday, this doesn't make any sense to go lower for bearishness, since we are reacting like this on a weekly key level. Clean external to internal play as a drawn liquidity. Yesterday did not take any relevant drawn liquidity on the daily, so we can trade this as a continuation. Then let me mark up some shit. Weekly clean highs here to target. This is like a 4-hour internal to external play as well. With making a SMT here yesterday at the lows like this with YM, valid SMT to trade higher, clean reversal into expansion candle here C2. Same for 1 hour. It took this candle's low, reversed, formed a order block and then traded higher. So to me it's just very likely to expand higher into these highs here. But I mean, we can retrace a little bit, since if this candle is closing like this on the 30-minute, we are failing to reverse from these highs. So I like to see continuation, but we can still retrace with 9:30 to then expand higher with a new framework into these highs here. But I think the drawn liquidity here is very clear. Clean framework here. So these are one of the signatures throughout the indices and RTY you want to see to trade or hold a trade through 9:30 opening bells. Since this is likely low of the day here, right? Indeed, clean formation. So we have to see if you can follow through or retrace a little. But currently my invalidation is this 5-minute low here, this one. Let me pull up the position like this. If you are running like 2R, I'm going break even. So that's like over here. Let me pull up a line to go break even. You are already in. Yeah, I took this, I think around this level here, inside this candle. Being this like a positional entry, want to see a 9:30 expansion higher or a little retracement. but this is my true invalidation here. So what are you guys looking at today? Or what asset do you want me to look at today? To give my opinion or some other stuff? Gold being pretty two-sided for me here. Already on the daily. Currently it's a little bit indecisive between those two gaps here. Not something I want to trade, since it's giving C2s on both sides in both key levels, like this. And today we already took previous day low, so not something I want to trade here. I think it's kind of same for silver, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, it's pretty much the same, even better for silver. This gap here, so key levels, and it's giving signatures on both sides here. Not pretty much clean to me to trade a one-sided move. So with that I'm already filtering out by only looking at a daily. So I'm not bothering going to the 1 hour to still look for something, since I know already by the daily I do not want to engage here, right? So I mean I can just remove those assets here, since I'm not gonna trade it. So we have the open in like 3 minutes. Currently not doing much here on NQES. I don't want to see a deep retracement, like since we traded above these intraday highs, likely forming a low of today here. It's not ideal to see like a deep retracement to still expand higher, since it's giving a signature of reversal from this high here. Then if it's doing it like that, but for ES2 we are creating a new 30-minute FEG here. We are trading higher than NQ above these highs here, so maybe 930 can dip down and then expand higher, or my buys are just off, and then I will likely get stopped on RTY as well. But I'm willing to take the L here if it's reversing here, since those are equal highs. 830 expanded higher, pretty much reversed a little bit here, but it gave the continuation signature to me here. M15 SMT at the lows, ES to previous 50 minutes. Yeah. Let me check. I mean, we have some SMT here as well, prior to 8:30. I mean, this is the only drawn liquidity I can think of right now. This is the high from Monday. So actually YM is a little bit closer to the high than RTY. So we will just check how it's moving. And I manage my position according to what kind of signatures YM is giving around these highs. This daily key level here. Can you go over oil trade? I will go over that in a little, but yeah, I can go over it right now pretty fast since I want to see the open. I don't know if I'm likely to trade oil today. It was setting up pretty nice to me since HO took that higher time frame swing here, this one, and on RB we still have the swing, so we have currently an SMT here to break, for example, but we also have an SMT on the lows here with HO, right? So what signature do we not want to see? We do not want to see HO reverse from this level here, and we do not want to see RB decline lower, right? It can either reverse from previous day low higher, or um, this will maybe draw lower as well to break the SMT here on the lows. So that's something you want to look out for. It would be ideal to see HO or consolidate here, or slowly continue maybe higher. Let me go over the open real quick. Yeah, we made kind of a 30-minute AVG here. Same for NQ, ES. That's nice. I mean, I want to see a follow through here. YM at drawn liquidity. RTY pretty much expanding a lot here. I'm going break even, like I said. We took the level here. So I'm putting my stop loss break even. If I'm putting my stop loss break even, it's always a little in profit. Like this. So actually I do not want to see YM reverse here, since currently it's stronger than RTY, and I'm using YM as correlated asset with RTY here. And Q took previous 30-minute low, ES2, YM distributing, YM break that SMT at the high, choose in my bet. You mean this high or this high? Or these highs? I mean, we had a very nice two-stage crack here on the lows by just looking at daily closures. YM RTY mooning to the draw as well. Very nice. Very nice. So these are one of the moves you want to frame with 930, right? Putting in a low of the day, and then news drivers just expanding away from it. So this signature here from 830 going higher, failing to actually reverse. So this wick here is not a reversal at all. Hitting this level, making a lower time frame CSD is reversing. This is just a retracement to continue. So my TP is actually here at the highs. So nice 3-minute closure. Can remove this level here since I'm already break even. Don't want to see it retrace that deep, close to drawn liquidity. I don't want to see a retracement like this. We should just expand higher. I mean, it can retrace a little, but not this deep and then expand. YM broke the SMT at Tuesday high that NQ and ES took yesterday. Yeah, it was pretty clean framework here. I mean, those assets can still follow through to this high. Since looking at the weekly candle, large wick at the we do not have a daily or some relevant level to reverse from. So it doesn't make sense to reverse from here. It can if YM reverses now, right? If YM makes a strong reversal here, then these assets can reverse as well. But I think the signatures on the lows, framing this as a continuation higher, is one of the best signatures right now. And you can maybe wait for 10 AM to open to see how YM is closing at this level here, or actually those two levels, since this is a daily gap, I think. Yeah, daily gap, and this is the the 4 hour big fair value gap here. Still looking good. Strong closure on a 5 minute here. Let's see. Let me check oil as well. Disconnected session for my MacBook again. I think I have TradingView open on my Mac still. Then it's giving me these things sometimes. It's fine, it's fine. What was the logic for RTY longs? Kinda following through the same move as yesterday. So the signature here on Tuesday is a C2 closure, trading yesterday C3 candle longs. This closure here doesn't mean a lot to me, since this is not from a relevant level. This weekly swing and then closing like this on a daily is more relevant to me to trade higher, with the cracking correlation here at the lows. This Tuesday candle here is a PSP at a key level, cracking correlation with YM here. So by only trading away from this closure would not make any sense to me. So I wanted to see a C4 follow through, since we do not have hit any relevant level on the daily on Wednesday here. Yeah, that's basically the logic on the daily. Going to the 4 hour, it's more of a, let me remove some shit. It's more like a internal to external play, with trading the C2 candle here, with this crack in correlation here at the lows. And then going in, the 1 hour was pretty clean to me, making a swing formation here, failing to trade below this low on the 1 hour, making a reversal signature, 1 hour CSD with narrative on the 1 hour and 30 minute to trade higher. So we actually do make some little failure swings here. Don't want to see price action retrace all the way to this fair value gap here, close to its draw. I mean, it can, but it's not supporting my idea then to trade longs here. And by forming this as a potential low of the day here, I wanted to see it expand away from it, and 830 already expanded higher, and that's some nice signature you want to see, since if we already put in a logical low in the low of the day here, then news drivers should just expand away from it. And 830 hit this relevant high, failed kinda of reversing here. I mean, it closed bearish, but it did not make any big changes here. No CSDs, just a little retracement. So that's actually a nice signature. And then I traded this CSD. When it closes, I just market ordered around here, I think. I mean, it would be fucked up if it's retracing all the way to here, creating an SMT here on the highs. Would not make a lot of sense to me, leaving those swings here. But we can then put an SMT in here with YM, but that's not supported with my daily bias going into today. So I'm trading in alignment with my headset glitched off, lol. But I mean, trading shorts from just this is not something I want to see, since my logic is based on a daily as well, doing a top down. Let me check the chat. Bro, you know reversion, level, decoupling, asset sync, true reversal, asset tree break logic. Is it good? I mean, those concepts work, but you cannot put every concept you know into a model. That's just not how it works, and that's not something you want, right? Let me check what's going on here. And Q is not doing a lot, just chopping around here. Same for ES. So likely just waiting for this 10 a.m. candle to close, since if it's closing strong on ES, no signs of reversing on YM, for example. So this is not really ideal. Then we can trade a continuation to break this S&T here. Bro, is it retracing that deep? That's not very nice of RTY. The best thing to see is YM failing to reverse here, so we can play a 10 a.m. continuation on ES or NQ, but currently NQ is pretty weak, so most favorable SMT break to the high will be ES for me. But again, we want to see YM not reverse here, so making a CSD, for example, here will be not really ideal. And QPA bullshitting, yeah, true. I mean, ES is way cleaner, a little bit cleaner. It should expand higher. No reason to, um, yeah, to trade lower. Makes no sense to me, so I will stand with my bias, right? Would be nice if we can see some NQ follow through as well. Currently making a SMT here. Would be nice if we CSD away from this on NQ, and then it's very likely to see a follow through. We'll just tape read this for now, not looking to engage here yet, since I'm already on a trade and it's not too clean to me right now. for now the focus is on NQESYM since oil is not too clean. I mean, it's not clean. Previous M30 candle is a PSP. Let me check. This is a bearish closure at 9. Bearish, yeah, and this is a bull. True, but that's not, yeah, a PSP at itself is not really relevant to me. By just a candle closure, it has to make sense. And currently, um, ES is kind of reversing here. So that's why I'm break even as well on RTY. And it's just bullshitting here, making CSDs both sides on 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So the best thing to do is just wait, in my opinion, to um, see what's the 10 a.m. closure is about. Since it's, if you view it like this, it's just rejecting on both sides here. I think same for NQ. NQ is SMT at the low, SMT on the highs here. So nothing to trade here. Do you had already a trade? Yes, I do on RTY, this one here. I think in the first 15 or maybe 20 minutes I explained the trade, so later I can explain as well. No, I was in a little bit prior. I did go live here and I was in around this here, this level. I mean, it's pretty hard for me to take only trades on live since I'm trading actually from 6 a.m. to like 11 a.m. But I'm not lurked to the charts the whole time with those, but actually my trades do form around 7 to 8 a.m. as well, so and I'm not gonna live stream like 4 hours. That's not something I can do. But the logic is there to me, so I explained it pretty good in the beginning. I think in the first 15 to 20 minutes. And of course I can explain it later on as well. So this is a nice follow through on ES here. And Q going higher as well. That's nice. 3 minute CISD here. Should go to this high here. Same for ES. Actually, this high here. Since YM is not reversing from this level here, um, we either want to see it consolidate here or yeah, slowly grind higher, but not reverse. So consolidate or a little bit retrace like this is actually good. Little retrace, 3 minute, 5 minute gap, and then trading higher. 10 a.m. closure in like 10 minutes as well. Six to 11 is a long time. Yeah, it's a pretty long time, but I'm not glued to the charts, right? Since based on hourly or 30-minute closures, I already know if I'm uh, able to trade like that the next hour or the next candle, right? On 30 minute or 1 hour. So I can just view the closure. Is it good to trade it during the next candle? No, then I can do like something else for an hour or 30 minutes again. That's basically it. And Q is the worst asset to trade right now. Pretty high resistance here. 3 minute did close good for bullishness, but it should just follow through those highs here. But it's the weakest asset. You can already see ES being the better asset. Since if you look on the daily as well, NQ took this low, rejected higher, made a strength switch, which is good for NQ. So YM made like a higher low here, like this, higher low, then lower low. NQ made a lower low, higher low, and ES made a higher low, higher low. So it's on the daily, it's the strongest asset here. And you always want to trade the strongest asset on the high time frame or the asset that switched strength. So NQ would have been a good trade as well. Could you go over gold? Gold is pretty much ass to me. I already have gone over gold in the beginning, but I will do it again since I can. So most people know I am looking to trade based off daily candles. So for the daily, I want to know in what type of candle I am in, C2, C3, or C4. Same for 4 hour. Actually, I do repeat this every stream. I do even in Lathyrus as well, but it's just what I use. Um, Most of the time, I'm not trading the C4s until we get a clear signature for it, right? But if you can check the closures on the daily on gold, we actually have both a bullish fair value gap here and we have a bearish fair value gap here, being kind of trapped in both sides here to me. And it's just not one-sided at all. Closing inside, inside. Yesterday we closed bearish for potential going lower, but then we sweep previous low going higher, so it's pretty high resistance to me, not one-sided. So I'm not engaging in gold here, and it's kind of same for silver. Silver is actually a little bit stronger. As you can see, gold dig down pretty deep in the gap, and silver almost closed um, only inside the gap. So for now, I'm just flat for gold. But if you don't require any type of daily candle knowledge, um, and only 4 hour, you can look for like swings like this and SMT. You can basically do just the same, but then only for the 4 hour and lower time frames. So same here, we do not want to see ISD away from this level by sweeping this, going into a key level. It can retrace a little, but the strongest asset should not reverse here, then it's not likely, or the cleanest to trade the break higher to me. But if the 4 hour is closing like this on NQ NES, it's pretty good to go higher. I think failing to reverse from this swing here. We do actually reject those 5 minute highs here, but oh my bad. No problem. If you just tune in, I will go over it again and again. No worries. Hope your trade goes your side. I already took it on YM since it was stronger high time frame. Where was it stronger? High time frame it was weaker for me. RTY was actually stronger for me, but As you can see, Tuesday or Wednesday they not took Tuesday low, and on YM it did, but I mean YM still good trade, bro. Still good trade. Lately I'm trading RTY a lot. I think maybe last week I took 2 trades, both on RTY, both wins. This week RTY, 1 trade on RTY, it was a win too. So pretty good strike rate currently on RTY. So the best asset to trade to this high to kind of break off this SMT if YM is not reversing would be ES here. I liked 7 a.m. low on YM, so a strong reaction on it and thought it was stronger. Yeah, that's good, but yeah, it's no worries, it's still good. Only thing is I'm um, using it like this. The higher the time frame the SMT is formed on, the better um, it's more relevant for me, right? That's the only thing. But it's nice if it's in sync YM with ES and Q or YM with RTY. It's nice. Where did you took the trade though? Already down here during the 7 a.m. like you said, or thank you, man. 50 minutes CSD like around 7:30. Let me check. Your entries only um, you enter only at 50-minute levels or also lower time frame. Yeah, it was nice CSD. Stubborn. Both ES and Q expanding away from the SMT formation. That's something you want to see to confirm an SMT. All the assets should expand away from it. So even YM was weaker here, like this, and NQES were stronger at the lows. You want to see YM still expand away from this. You don't want to see YM going lower, lower, lower. That's not good to trade higher prices on, for example, ES and NQ. So true SMTs form um, if all assets expand away from it, right? Hey bro, do you trade 6 a.m. expansion prior to news? Depends on what type of news it is. If it's CPI, NFP, or FOMC, I'm most of the time not. Almost every time right. But if I'm trading like, yeah, what kind of news do we have? Those shitty news, um, like unemployment claims and all those kind of stuff. I can position myself early in a 6 a.m. candle. I actually do not like to position myself in the 50 minutes or 30 minutes prior to the news event, right? That's not something I do. I want to be early. Let's say I expected this candle to go higher, 6 a.m. I want to position myself low um, in this candle and way before the news event, since price can then already expand a little. RTY is approaching my level here. I am trailing my stop loss to this level here. That's close to withdrawal liquidity. Don't want to see a strong reversal from this high. Those CISDs here on 3 and um, 5 minutes, so I'm protecting capital. So this will be my new stop loss here. New invalidation 91. Strong closure on RTY. No wick though on the lows or on the low, but we should not reverse this close to withdraw, in my opinion. So new invalidation is here. I took YM longs. I think I skipped the question. No bro, it's just I like the context for swing to hold of those two drivers. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty nice. I took YM longs at 5:30 and we're valid. Do you mind going over it? Let me check. You say 5:30. On what time frame did you enter? Like 15 minute, 30 minute, or 5 minute, 3 minute? I need a little bit context. 5:30 is here in this candle. I mean, at first on, yeah, it was not really a cracking correlation here to me. My best trades are trading away from the low of the day. If we can confirm the low of the day by forming an SMT, PSP, two-stage crack, one-stage crack, etc. like that. So I would have not engaged based on this C2 closure, for example, on 30 minute. But your direction was good actually, so I'm actually out RTY here. Boom. Took the 4-hour highs here. Pretty clean framework. Let me go over the questions. How goaded is failure to manipulate? You can frame a model literally out of it. Yeah, true. Very true. Here you see the signature too, like these highs. Failure to manipulate here. I mean, I'm not only using this, of course, but by making this CISD higher, not a deep retracement, that's what we like too. Um, yeah, clean failure to manipulate here. 3 minute SMT with ES and Q. Where was the SMT since I'm not seeing any relevant SMT? You only have a PSP there, I think. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I'm never trading the 2 a.m. candle. 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. are the best performance. Um, yeah, for me. Since what is the context of the 4 hour? Um, it is a reversal, but there's no SMT yet, only a PSP. So if you waited to trade the 6 a.m. candle, open, low, high, close, bro, your model is goated. I'm also building mine similar mechanical like yours. Could you suggest what to include? How many sample size to backtest? I mean, I backtested a lot going into the futures market since you want yourself to be comfortable trading, right? How can you be comfortable if you do not know the outcome of your trades? Like, yeah, in the future, long term. So you want to build data around it, backtest at least 50 trades. I'm suggesting like do 100 trades since on futures you have a lot more trades. Basically, you can frame most of the days one trade minimum a day. Um, so build a lot of data and filter what is the best. If you see 2am has a 60% hit rate and you see, let's say 6am or 10am have a 70, 75 hit rate, for example, just cut out 10am. There's no need to catch every trade. You want to catch the highest probability trades. That's the only thing you want. You don't want to be engaged in every move. I don't know if you're in the Lathyrus SMT Sniper since I dropped my journal there. It's a pretty straightforward journal to filter what's working the best. You have a journal and you have a statistics tab. Man, I have a question. When you are trading reversals, do you always ask for a SMT or a PSP? I always require um, inside a C2 candle. I always require a one stage, one stage, two stage, or a PSP to confirm the high of the day to trade away from. And from there on, I'm just searching for a new fractal to engage in on the 30-minute and 1 hour. Let's say we did all the things right on daily 4 hour, going into um, actually trading. I, Jesus, I want to be engaged in a C2, C3 or C4 candle on either the 30-minute or 1 hour. So to trade a C2 reversal candle, I need one of these to confirm this as a reversal. And today we got this on NQES. Here. Right now it's not that clean, but we had the reversal here, signature, based off the daily, going into the 4 hour, um, into an external play, even though it's not working out pretty good right now. And 10am should not retrace this deep. Let me check. And YM should not reverse like this. Since what are we putting in right now? We are putting in a SMT on the highs. This is a 930 bull candle on YM. Same for NQ and same for ES, so no PSP on the 30 minutes. Likewise for 1 hour, I think, yeah. Bro cooked. I did actually pretty nice trade, 4R here. Nice trade, thank you, great trade. Love you guys. I'm just executing my rules here basically. And I mean, the people that watching my breakdowns and my streams in Lathyrus as well, I'm repeating this shit every time about the C2, C3 candles, etc. This, I'm I got a question about this basically every time, daily 4 hour, and I love to repeat this since this is my foundation of trading. Since by just using this, you can just put yourself out of something like this job here. Since you already know, I do not want to engage based on the daily on or 4 hour. I do not want to engage, so you don't have to sit through things like this, fake CISDs. A lot of people get chopped up by those signatures, lower time frame, I think. Just want to see the 930 open, easy CISD and entry without framework, but that's just not how it works. I'm in Lathyrus. I like your notion because you don't have 50-minute time frame. Also 1 minute entry. My brain is not fast to take those entries. Could you also drop checklist on Lathyrus? I will. I'm actually working on to make like a video series as well for both Lathyrus and YouTube. But I do not want to drop random videos about concepts I use. I just want to make a straightforward um, set of videos that it makes sense if you watch them in that order, right? And I will drop a checklist soon, working on a lot of things. But I'm not the best at making YouTube videos yet, so it costs a little bit of work. And like I said, I do not want to drop it in a random order. And Q short from 1 hour gap. Let me watch again. 1 hour gap. What gap do you mean? This gap here? Where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands. Dutch. Europe. So like I said, the thing you don't want to see is YM reverse from this level here. You want to either see it slowly grind higher, retrace slowly, but you don't want to see it reverse actually here, since you have your signature here. Not gonna short it though, but you don't want to see this actually to trade longs as a catch-up. And even this 5 minute and 3 minute CISD is way too short to trade longs. If you view it like this, there's no trade. There's just no trade on ES. So on NQ, right? So I'm glad I took RTY here, cleanest framework. This is literally an underrated pair. 3 minute CISD on what time frame? What asset? You mean YM here? NQ short. Yeah, I mean you can short NQ, but you have this SMT, C2 reversal candle. If we confirm this by trading lower on the leading asset that traded higher, right? That's YM. It's reversing right now. So this is not a good signature to trade longs to break the SMT. This is more likely a continuation down, for example. But the daily is not supporting this to me. Gapping up pretty high on the daily here. So actually RTY shorts and YM shorts are not really a thing, since they both took the high here. Three-minute gap with SMT. Look the reaction. Yeah, I saw the reaction. This is already a good signature down for YM. 50-minute CISD can pretty much seek low of the day here if all the assets start expanding away from it. And the most important is YM, since the market is, if YM starts to expand lower along with QES, market is not decoupled. So, but I'm not looking to trade anything here since I took my win, and that's about it. 4R, pretty good. I would not short 17 November high too close, and no asset took it. Let me check 17 November high. 17 November high. Yes, did not take it as well. True, true. But to make long still valid, you would not want to see YM revert from this daily 4-hour inefficiency. So we cannot trade longs here on NQ or ES. But you are right, would not short it either. You were saying how you can avoid fake CISDs. Please explain how. I mean, I just said it like this. Um, Someone asked my opinion about gold here, and it's pretty much two-sided here. Um, like I said, I'm looking at candle closures, and we are closing almost the last 5 days inside the candles every time, like this. Then we made a bearish signature here, bull signature there. So we're actually trading very high resistance in between those gaps, two-sided. So already based on the daily time frame, I will not look at even 4-hour or lower, 1 hour, 30 minute, 5 minute, and then I said like by just only looking at the daily, you can filter a lot to not trade a pair. And in the beginning of the stream, I said I can remove like gold since it's not even good to trade for me. Then you don't wanna, if you already know you're not wanna engage on like gold or silver, they are both the same today for me. Then you can just delete the asset here, and you don't get triggered or get fucked up in, for example, A30 manipulation, boom, CRD. Since I know a lot of people are just looking for those um, CISDs around news events, right? But you have to get context to trade those. And if there's not the context for me on the daily, nor the 4-hour, I'm not even bothering going to the 1 hour, 30 minute and the entry time frames, right? Still going higher. Still going higher. Like I said, this is not a CISD. Um, Too long. Same for NQ. It's not that nice at all. It's RTY still going higher. That's nice. Not gonna trade this either, but very clean. Let me check what oil is doing. Great filter. Yeah, I mean, like I said a few minutes ago, it's not I don't want to catch every move, and um, even with gold making like this high resistance for me, so I'm not trading it. But that doesn't mean that gold cannot fly today. For example, it took previously low. It doesn't mean gold can't do this, but it's just a filter for me to not get chopped up in yeah, choppy market, right? It's just a pretty nice filter for me by looking at daily closures. And people need to actually understand that shit, that you don't want to catch every expansion. There's no such model that can catch every expansion. And if you are chasing that by adding new things every time you see something happen, you missed it because it was not your model, and then you add things to catch it the next time, that's not how it works. Exactly, less is more. Exactly. Don't chase those expansions since they happen a lot without any clear profiles, but they can still happen. Um, and like I said, with my model, I'm missing move as well. I can miss the biggest expansion, but that doesn't matter. I'm in this short. Can you look at it on ES and QYM? Or, I mean, I said that it's not a short for me in QES, even though we have SMT like not actually even here, since since November is here, so we do not have an SMT on this high here. I thought it was an SMT, but we do not. That's like this high on YM, so we do not have an SMT there. And like I said, the daily is not supporting any shorts for me. I just want to see it get to those highs here. I think that's weekly high. Current, yeah, it's yeah. So I'm short from the 5 minute gap on NQ. Yeah, and I think this is the time, or these are the things people get, yeah, pretty much chopped up. I think I can see it go lower to all these low resistance here, but the daily and 4 hour both support higher, and this can just be a retracement. I mean, it's a pretty large retracement, creating a large wick, but to me, we set the low of the day here with SMT on the lows, closing very strong. If you're expanding away, it should form from this OB here, going higher. So this is exactly what I mean by looking at the daily and 4 hour. I am not getting chopped up in, like, for example, this CISD here down. Let's say a clean stop run at the open here, um, or this run here, displacement, FEG. Oh, this is not a CISD. I thought so by this candle, but maybe this CISD. I mean, it's just not, by filtering on a 4 hour and daily is already invalidated for me and creating a likely low of the day. So drawn liquidity this high. Out of curiosity, have you tried? Bro, this is so annoying. My Mac is downstairs, and I think TradingView is still opened on that as well. Out of curiosity, have you tried to trade C3 before? Yeah, I do trade C2, but like I said, to actually trade a C2 candle on the daily and or 4 hour, both the same, I need a form of one stage, two stage, or PSP confirmation, cracking correlation. And for RTY, for example, um, we did get weekly key level, daily C2, C3. This close is not relevant, like I said early in the stream, since we're reversing here from a weekly key level. Pretty mechanical PSP here, SMT on this low. Then we should see C4 expansion. But to trade those candles, C2 candles on 4 hour and daily, you will be pretty much very consistent if you only look to filter those candles C2 with SMT. I mean reversal. I do trade reversals. If you look at my X page or my Instagram, you can see I trade reversal candles on a daily and sometimes some 6 hour as well. But then we have SMT. I traded inside this move down. I traded this C2 candle actually down. We had a big SMT here with YM. It's on my XN Twitter as well. And I traded this candle down as well. And as you can see, or go into it by yourself, we have SMT here at the highs with YM on this day, confirming this as a C2 expansion lower. Then I traded the next day. It opened around here, I think. Yeah, here. I traded this 10 a.m. candle. Failure to manipulate. There was no SMT at the high, so I could not get in yet. But by this candle closure here on the 6 a.m. candle, fading to reverse closure strong, I want to see a continuation. Too annoying this. Bro, all around Europe there are internet problems. Here in Italy I'm fighting to see a chart. Yeah, I had some problems yesterday as well. I should have streamed like um, I streamed 1 hour late than I should have in Lathyrus since I was working on fixing my internet yesterday evening. My PC is on Ethernet cable, so I needed to fix that, and I was so busy fixing it, I forgot I needed to stream in Lathyrus yesterday. So Jay hit me up, and I just streamed on my MacBook, but it was pretty annoying. No OBS on it as well, so it was not recorded. But fuck those uh, internet problems in Europe. So like I said, it makes no sense to go lower, but to trade higher there's no clear CISD. I mean, this is a CISD, but not really nice, since there is no SMT here, for example. One of my entry signatures, let me drop it. I dropped this in the Lathyrus. One of my entry signatures is, hope you guys can see this. These are my entry signatures, and stop run into a CISD on both assets, or the triad, or SMT by all assets expanding away from it, or this one. We used, or I used signature 3 today on RTY, as you can see. We had an FAG into a CISD, but it spiked down and up pretty fast, so I market ordered in the middle of this candle here. So with C3 expansion, you don't need to see 2 stages because you have established swing point. Yeah, yeah. For C3 candles, I do not need um, an SMT 2 stage, PSP 1 stage, like I said. Then it's just a continuation candle. But you want to see some sort of swing point form um, in the C2 candle, since the C2 candle is a reversal, and all the high probability um, reversals form with an SMT and a triad, or in this case between those two R2I YM. Is there sound? I hope y'all can hear me. If not, then I'm talking to nobody the whole stream. Y'all can hear me, right? Or when will be your next stream? I think probably next week, 1 or 2 streams again. if I think it's a high probability session as well. Maybe I'm streaming in Lathyrus as well if Jay or Avis can't stream. So I use the same one, just SMT and high time frame gap. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. We here. Nice, nice. Bro, you have the coolest profile pic in the industry, by the way. By the way. Thanks, bro. I actually switched it like 3 months ago. Was pretty much bored about the last picture I had. Like, I used that picture for like 4 years, I think. No worries, no worries. So to come back to your question, SMT Sniper, to trade C3 candles, I don't need within that day. I don't need actually an SMT. So today on RTY we did not form any SMT here since YM took the low here and RTY took the low here inside the 4 hour gap. No SMT, and um, some people think you can't trade it then, but this is a C2 or C4 in this case daily candle, and the reversal is established based on the daily SMT here. So we did confirm the reversal here, right? So not a lot to trade here. Why I'm going higher? This is something you want to see. Um, I mean, it did make a change here, but um, yeah, it was not that aggressive, bro. It was not that aggressive going down here. So this is what you want to see to trade ES catch up or NQ catch up here, but no lower time frame CISDs here. If something like this would have happened on ES or NQ, would be nice. SMT into CISD here. Or did we make one? 945, 1050. Yeah, we actually made one, but I'm not trying to push buttons here. Took my 4R more than enough. If I took like 2R on RTY, I could have traded some ES and Q as well. Longs, but RTY is so underrated, bro. People are sleeping on it. Today was actually a kind of decent day for YM as well, trading higher here. Or, I mean, YM trading higher here. But sometimes in QES YM trade is so shit, and then you see R2I fucking clean sometimes. My last 4 trades on RTY were all wins, by the way. So I'm streaming for like 80 minutes now. I'm not trying to push any buttons anymore, so I think we navigated price action pretty good. I wanted to see ES and Q go higher still by trading away from the low of the day likely, etc. So I might quit the stream here if you all don't have any questions anymore. You can drop the questions now, or I will just end the stream here. Make a recap for Lathyrus likely, or a weekly recap. I think no questions. See you next week. Yeah, I'm 90% sure I'm live again next week, I think. So see you all next week. Thank you guys for watching. Um, Hope you guys learned something or took a winning trade as well. This for the C3, C4 advice. No problem, no problem. We'll talk to y'all next week, right? No worries. Later, later.